Alright, so in this video we're going to be upgrading or modding the Engwe M20. So this is a pretty nice bike, electric obviously, you can see the two batteries, hub motor drive, and it's already pretty reasonably quick, but there's a mod you can do to the controller to make it go from 1000 peak watts to 1500. And the way you do that is with a resistor. So this is not going to add any speed, but it will add more torque, which would be much more funner to ride. So our controller is underneath the seat. There's actually 4 nuts that we got to take out, 2 in the front and then 2 in the back. And they are 10 millimeter. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off, and then this upper seat portion will come out. All right, so all of our little nuts are out. Now the seat, and you guys can see that's where it was holding to the frame. So on the inside here, we can see we got the controller, the horn, the battery equalizer, which is that thing there. But what you're looking for is this controller. So make sure your batteries are off or completely remove them. And we can see here the stats on the controller, and this 20 amp here is the max, and that's gonna jump up to 30 amps, which it should be able to handle. It's got a pretty nice beefy heatsink. But to get to the resistor we need, we're gonna have to take off this plate. Alright, so you got 4 little screws, and then you got like a little silicone gasket there to protect it from moisture and water getting in. And looking on the inside, let's see if I can show you guys, but if we look at the very edge there, there's a resistors. So those are current sensors or shunts. R005, which is stands for resistor, which is the resistor value. And all you do is you take the same resistor and you solder one right on top of that one. And that's going to trick it into thinking that there's less current going through than there actually is. So technically we can reach it from here and solder the new one in. So buying just one resistor that you need is usually pricey, so I just went ahead and bought a kit of 50 of them, and there's different values, but the one we need is this one here, which is the R005. So we're going to take one of these, lay it on top of the other one, and solder it in. So that's probably the most trickiest part of the whole process. So you're going to need a soldering iron. So this is a more fancy one where it controls the heat. Any one will do, obviously, and some solder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some solder to the top right there at the end one, and then we're going to put our new resistor in and melt it on top to the edges there. So all right, so let's go ahead and add some solder here. So you guys can see I'm just adding to the top there. It's a nice chunk, but be careful not to add too much too quick. You just need a little bit. Same thing for the other side. And just like that. All right, so this is definitely the hardest part. Got the new resistor, and we need to somehow put it on there pretty straight without dropping it in there. And I got these little tweezers to try to hold it down. Okay, so I think holding one in and then soldering one side and then pushing it down on the other side would probably be the best way. So let's go ahead and try that. All right, that actually went pretty good. It is just a little bit crooked though. See if we can get the other side here to go down. Hopefully you guys can see. And there we go. So it's not completely straight, but it don't look bad. It's a little on angle, but it doesn't matter. Everything's connected really good on both sides. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy. I looked at it closely. It's really strong. It is a little bit on an angle, but that's not a big deal. So we are pretty much good. So now we're just gonna go reverse order, put this lid back on with the gasket, and then put the seat back on, and we should be good to go. All right, so Marcus is gonna take this thing out for the inaugural first test. Go ahead, Marcus, see if it's any more powerful. Oh yeah, he's definitely moving.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it has more power.
You can tell?
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, that's like 50% more power for the Engwe, which is a pretty simple upgrade and quite easy to do.